Alright, welcome back to Conquer and Commander. This is another Sygg River Cutthroat game. For the complete deck list, go to puremtgo.com. Check out Conquer and Commander, my series of articles, and you'll see it all laid out nice and neat there. Today in this game, we're going to be going up against Nefarox. Mono black control, probably. Actually, I know what this deck is. This is kind of a stacks type deck, so it'll be interesting to see what he pulls out. Lazav is going to be Dimir control, typically, and sometimes with milling aspects. I don't think he ends up using any mill. And then we've got Nath of the Gilt Leaf, who's going to have some discard and some elf tokens. This guy actually recognized me from my articles and was very complimentary, so thanks, Cave Beast. I appreciate that. One other thing to notice about this game is that there's nobody playing white. There's no red, but that's not as important. And then there's nobody playing green except for Nath, which means that enchantments are going to be very good in this game. My opening hand has a bunch of land and Thawing Glacier, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep it. Lazav starts off. The tap land. There's Bloodchief Ascension already. Bam. I draw Dothy Embrace. I want to get Sygg out there quickly. That's why I don't play Thawing Glaciers. Sakura Tribe Elder from Nath to ramp. Sygg comes out to play. Ascension's just going to be a real difficult card to handle. There's Reassembling Skeleton and Leech-Ridden Swamp, which can be a win condition if the game lasts long enough. I go after Lazav. I should have gone after Bloodchief Ascension, or the Nath player at that point, but I didn't. There's Bloodghast. Lightning Greaves, which is great for Lazav. And Geth's Grimoire. Now, the Grimoire is a nice little way to refill your hand once you start making people discard. And it's even better when you've got mass discard. So I go after Nath. Throat Slitter isn't going to be nearly as impressive with all the black running around. But ideally I can get Obnixilis out there to copy Sakashima with Thawing Glaciers out. Bloodghast goes after Nath. Make another land. And there's Braids. Okay, so Braids comes out turn 4, and he's got Bloodghast and Reassembling Skeleton backup. He's going to need landfall triggers in order to keep this thing going. I think if it had come out a turn earlier, it would have been a lot worse. But at this point, everybody's got 4 lands. I've got land in my hand. And Nath has some ramp here. Braids doesn't ruin this game. It just slows things down a bit. So we'll see what happens. And Lazav comes out and attacks Nefarox. I get to draw. This is why Sygg is awesome, because you get to draw when other people get attacked. Nath comes out. My plan, actually, is to... Yeah, I sacrifice a land. And that's basically what people are doing. They're sacrificing lands. Is to use Sakashima to copy Nath, and then use the Nath tokens that get generated to feed Braids. That's the plan, at least. Doesn't really work out like that. Then I discarded Rexiel specifically so that the Lazav player could copy it and attack Braids with the Swamp Walk ability. That might bite me in the end, but I'm a little worried about the Braids issue, especially because next turn I'm going to lose a land drop as well. So that's a calculated play. He sacrifices Braids. Fleshbag Marauder. Okay, so that screws my Rexiel play, but it doesn't really screw me as long as I keep Nath, my Nath copy out there. I'm going to lose Sygg. Again, Lazav gets rid of a land. Evil Twin is going to copy Braids and get rid of her. And then, that's another thing. Nath makes Nefarox discard and one of the cards he discards is Oblivion Stone. And then he used Beacon of Unrest to pull Rexiel out of my graveyard. So we're starting to play with the big boys now. Nefarox has to discard Yawgmoth's Will. I go after Lazav because I think Nefarox is kind of neutered right now. And I play Obnixilis. The Bloodchief Ascension is going to start getting counters now. There's Damnation. The Gas Lord of Fugue is going to hit me. Now, Bloodchief is, yeah. Going to get 3 counters now and become active. And then I have to discard a card. Oh, Ink Eyes gets exiled. That's annoying. Nath comes back out. All of a sudden I got nothing going on, so I gotta play Sygg. There's Falconwrath Noble. And Phyrexian Reclamation. Reclamation is bad because it means he can get Braids back. Rise from the Dead on Evil Twin, copying the Gas Lord with haste, now with Lightning Greaves. And they both go after Nath. And he gets rid of Promise of Power and Plague Wind, and I get to draw with Sygg. See, Sygg's great. He makes the Nefarox player discard. Oh, no, he made the Lazav player discard. There's Fauna Shaman and Duplicant getting rid of one of the Gas Lords. I draw my own Damnation. So yeah, like, just by cracking a fetch land, the Bloodchief Ascension is starting to get online. He's at 33 now, but he's going to get up to over 40 here in a little bit. I go after Lazav just because. It's only 1 damage. And then I have Damnation. Falconwrath Noble is going to like spread the love around a little bit. And then Bloodchief Ascension is going to move things up. Nefarox is taking some damage just to get stuff out of his graveyard. Again, Phyrexian Reclamation. Oh yeah, he uses Bribery, targeting Nath and getting the Deadwood Treefolk. But he doesn't really have any creatures in his graveyard anymore. Oh no, I think he has Evil Twin, doesn't he? I don't remember. Let me see here. I was asking whether or not he had... Yeah, it is Evil Twin, is what he gets. I was asking, you know, maybe the Nath player had Terastodon, so that he could get rid of the enchantments, because obviously the enchantments are pretty big in this game. But he didn't have one like that. I would have been happy with an Endrick Stomp Howler just to get rid of one of these enchantments, but neither of those ended up coming in. So I'm at 31, Nath is back up to 40, Lazav is at 27, and Nefarox is at 34. Nath only has 1 card in hand. Plays Tree Speaker. And levels it up. I'm going to put Wonder out there. Hopefully Wonder will have to go to the graveyard soon. Then I play Jace. I let everybody draw. And I've got Muldrifter. And I play Falling Glaciers. Usually with Jace, I end up doing the +2 first, just so that he can get out of range of getting killed right away, and then I start targeting myself afterwards. And I think people tend to... It's kind of a political card. People tend to leave him alone when they're like, oh, okay, maybe he'll let us draw some more. Here comes Braids again. The Treefolk gets sacrificed. There's Journeyer's Kite. That's going to help him hit land drops. Land gets sacrificed there. Mosswort Bridge. Not going to be very helpful. Nath comes back out to play. I sacrifice Wonder. And like Falconwrath, Aristocrat, or Noble or whatever. There's Muldrifter. And I draw Gilded Drake. I'm going to steal Nath again. I make myself draw with Jace. And then I draw Dimir Aqueduct. I've got Xiaodun, who's cool because nobody's going to be able to block him. I still have Dothi Embrace. Phantasmal Image is going to be able to copy stuff. And I use my Thawing Glaciers. The Ascension kind of like pings people here and there. There's Bloodghast again. Graveborn Muse. Nefarox has no cards in hand. Basically. Oh, there's Eyelight's Ending, getting rid of Braids. The Ascension is just starting to work overtime now. There's Evil Twin. Copying Mole Drifter to draw some cards with Lightning Griefs. Big Game Hunter is going to kill Nath. Kind of an underplayed card, but mainly because it's only a 1/1. And then the Sylvan Tutor. Yeah, there's a Sylvan Tutor for Shieldred. It's a little scary. I'm not a big fan of the promo Shieldred. I like the original better. But that's just me, I think. Doesn't affect gameplay or anything like that, but whatever. So I've got a full hand of 8 cards with Memory Plunder. Unfortunately, there's nothing really in anybody's graveyards that I really want to plunder at this point. I have Phantasmal Image, Mole Drifter to draw some more cards, because I need more threats. I draw more land. I play Xiaodun. I make myself draw. Churnier's Kite gets used. I draw another land. I play Dothi Embrace. And I attack somebody. Oh yeah, I go after Nefarox. Leech-ridden Swamp. And he gets another creature out of his graveyard. There's Braids back. And Fleshback Marauder. The Marauder with Phyrexian Reclamation right now is just going to kind of wreck people. Because we're not going to be able to keep up with all the creatures that are necessary. There's Journeyer's Kite again. Nath is up to 46 or 47 now. I'm down to 24. I sacrifice the land. Another land. My hand is almost all land right now, and the Throat Slitter isn't going to help me at all, other than to kill the Tree Speaker. I send them. Oh, okay. The good thing about Throat Slitter is it's going to allow me to bounce the Mole Drifter and draw some more cards, which is what I do. There's Time Spiral. So I decide I don't like my hand because it's all land, and I'd rather Time Spiral, give everybody else new cards, which, I mean, I don't know if that's the best play, but I just didn't like my hand at all. I had no action. I'd rather Time Spiral and cast a bunch of stuff. Now I do have stuff. I've got Cyclonic Rift, which is going to reset the Bloodchief Ascension, and when I cast it. I cast Gilded Drake to steal the Graveborn Muse. The only problem with doing the Time Spiral is that I lost the Wonder in my graveyard. Phyrexian Arena for the Nefarox player. He sends everybody after the Nath player. Shoulder's not an issue anymore because it got shuffled away. Lazav Demonic Tutors. for Diamond Valley. Plays Bribery, targeting Nefarox. Puts Greaves on it and attacks Nath. Now the problem is, if he Diamond Valley's Kokusho, which is what he got from Nefarox, it's going to go into Nefarox's graveyard, and he's going to be able to Phyrexian Reclamation it over and over to gain a bunch of life, and sacrifice it to Braids, I assume. That's a little bit of an issue. Another land goes away for Nath. Nath plays Liliana Vess. And Reassembling Skeleton. And tutors with Vess. I think I sacrifice a land. I do. I draw 2 cards with Gravemourn Muse. There's my boy Ob Nixilis again. This is a dumb play on my part. I basically send everybody after the Nath player, and I give my Gravemourn Muse Fear, but since there's a black creature right there, it's not going to matter. He can block. I draw with Jace, and I decide, you know what, this is something I should have done before too, to Cyclonic Rift with Overlord. And Lazav sacrifices Kokusho to Diamond Valley, and then Leecher in the Swamp gets... There's a bunch of crap that goes on the stack. And Kokusho goes back up into Nefarox's hand. I ended up playing my own Phyrexian Reclamation. Nefarox uses Vampire Tutor during his upkeep. I'm hoping that, now that things are kind of cleared out, I'll be okay. But he could be tutoring for like Oblivion Stone or something like that. Oh, he tutored for Bubbling Muck, so that he could get everything to double up in his mana. So Braids comes back out to play. Falconwrath Noble comes out to play. Bloodghast comes out to play with haste. Kokusho comes out. Phyrexian Reclamation comes out. Oh yeah, because I'm at 9. God, people, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I'm at 9. People have been kind of like picking on me a little bit here. Gilded Drake comes out from Lazav to steal Kokusho. Hey, look at that. Lightning Greaves goes on Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs goes after Nath. Journeyer's Kite comes back out. Reassembling Skeleton comes back out. He sacrifices it. There's Duplicant getting rid of Braids. So the Braids menace is finally over. So yeah, I mean, just looking at the Braids didn't stop. I mean, it didn't ruin the game or anything like that. It did all right. Plague Boiler is out there now, and he's got enough mana where he can blow up the world next turn if he wants. I've got a pretty decent hand. There's nothing I really want to steal with the Gilded Drake. I do have Sever the Bloodline. Hey, there's Bojuka Bog. But I don't need it right now. I'm going to draw another card. Hey, look, Sorin! So I'm going to put Sorin out. And what I do is, okay, so my idea now is to drop Nefarox to 10. I'm going to Phantasmal Image Kokusho. That's going to hopefully gain me some life. And that should drop the Nefarox player a little bit. He's going to gain a little bit of life just because of Falconwrath Noble. But he's definitely in like a hittable range at that point. It's just the game has been going on for really long, and we need to start narrowing players down. Yeah, so I drop to 1, but I go up to 16. Nefarox goes to 2. Lazav's up at 43. And this is another thing, kind of a mistake, I think. I could have sent Zhao Dun after Nefarox right there and killed him, but I didn't for some reason. I sent them all after Lazav, especially since now Nath is down to 15. I'm a little worried about Lazav, especially with the Lightning Greaves. So, I draw another card with Mask of Riddles. There's Wonder again. I discard Wonder. And this is part of the dumbness, is that I guess he can't really use Phyrexian Reclamation to get Cuckoo Show now. Nefarox comes out to play. And I use Thawing Glaciers again. Leech Within Swamp gets activated. He destroys the Diamond Valley with Tectonic Edge and attacks Nath. Lazav plays Solemn Simulacrum to ramp. And doesn't attack. So Plague Boiler gets a counter. Oh yeah, there's another land from the Journeyer's Kite. Explosive Vegetation. Oh yeah, this is what I did. I gave Duplicate Shadow because Nefarox is at 2, and I was hoping that he would attack. But he only needs 2 more counters on Plague Boiler to blow up the world. But he doesn't attack Nefarox. He think oh no, he attacks Lazav. That's right. So fine. I draw more land. I decide to go ahead and take out Nefarox, and I send my other 2 guys after the other 2. Okay. So I spread it around, right? And what happens is, in response, the Nath player puts 2 more counters on the Plague Boiler. And I'm like, well, why don't you just let me kill off the Nefarox player? And right when the Plague Boiler's ability's on the stack, and he's about to blow up the world, he disconnects. And the rest of us are like, what the heck's that? Why would he disconnect right there? Maybe he rage quit or something like that. And we were all disappointed because it was a pretty good game up to that point. So we ejected him because it was an immediate thing, and we're like, oh my gosh, why would he rage quit? That's just weird. And then he comes back later. He's like, sorry guys, MTGO shut down on me. He had a Windows update or something like that. So he didn't rage quit. Just kind of happened. But we ended up booting him before his Plague Boiler ability went on the stack. So that allows me to actually kill the Nefarox player and hit Lazav for a little bit. I draw another card. It's Shriekmaw. I play Obnixilis and a fetch land so that I could start chipping away at Lazav. What I'm hoping is that I can get him big and use Dothing Embrace next turn to get him past. There's Hunted Phantasm. No reason to play it now. Oh yeah, and then I Leyline the Gilded Drake. I'm not Leyline, I'm sorry, Sever the Bloodline. Because I don't want him recurring it to steal my Obnixilis. There's Spelltwine. Using Cyclonic Rift and Bribery. He rifts my Obnixilis, which makes me sad, and then he briberies my Silent Blade Oni. The Oni I do not want him hitting me with. I can take 2 from Solemn Simulacrum, but I do not want to get hit by the Oni. He, of course, puts the Greaves on the Oni. Oops. Hi, Neo. I'm doing a video. Talk to you later. Alright, so what happened was I tutored I drew Demonic Tutor. I'm worried about my life total. I get Sword of War and Peace. This might not have been the best sword to get. Not 100% sure. I think a pro-black sword, like Sword of Light and Shadow, might have been better. But I put it on anyways. And I draw another card. It's not a land. I only attack with one because I need the blocker for dealing with the Silent Blade Oni. And then he he memory plunders my Sever the Bloodline to get rid of Zhao Dun, which is annoying. I go ahead and play Ob Nixilis. I Bajukabak his graveyard. He Spinovish Saws my Ob Nixilis. And he attacks with both. I have to block the Oni. So now I need Miri. And I'm going to equip the sword. I've got Undermine protect me. I can Gilded Drake the Solemn Simulacrum. Which is actually a dumb play because the Solemn Simulacrum's tapped. I draw another card. I gain some life. I play my Soul Ring. This is the dumb play. And then I cast Shriek Maw to get rid of the Gilded Drake. But at least I've got Shriek Maw. I put the sword on him. So now I've got a blocker. I don't have the mana to cast Undermine if I really need to. Lazav's at 12, I'm at 13. He's got Sword of Body and Mind. It's not going to hurt me too much. Lazav comes out. He kind of makes a mistake there. What he could have done was equipped Lazav. Oh no, I guess he couldn't have equipped, but he could have put Lightning Greaves on Lazav and attacked with both, and I would have had to block the Oni, and he could have gotten Lazav through. I don't know. I guess that's not a huge misplay, but I did draw Sword of Light and Shadow. He's at 12. I've got 12 total on board. And Dothing Embrace if I really need to get past him, but they all fly. And he doesn't have any flyers, so that's game. I put the sword on Miri. I've got Undermine in hand just in case there's any shenanigans. I put Mask of Riddles on the Simulacrum. Oh yeah, because Miri has first strike, her damage goes first, so I bring Phantasmal Image back to my hand. And that's game. So yeah, turn 18. Again, this game doesn't win quick, so... Or this deck doesn't win quick. Hope you enjoyed that game. Thank you very much.